Before we begin, let me be absolutely clear. If you are expecting me to bash Star Trek Picard or Discovery for having homosexual relationships, for making 7 of 9 bisexual, or for putting alternate lifestyles into Trek, you're most likely going to be disappointed. This is a criticism of how those stories are told, not that they exist. If I'm being honest, I generally have very little use for romance stories in science fiction. I do think that they are a result of when science fiction was first getting its start and movies either had to show a lot of TNA or romance writers were the only ones willing to write the genre. Yeah, that's a conversation for another time. In this video, I want to analyze the relationship between 7 of 9 and Raffi, all that it is. Allow me to be absolutely clear. The way that relationship was portrayed is insulting and is a disreputable way of writing. Not because they're making 7 of 9 into a bisexual, nor because they're including a homosexual relationship. It's because they are using them as tokens to get social points. It is akin to Disney throwing in a background character that is homosexual or trans. They are preying on people's insecurity and want those people to be recognized at a minimal degree so CBS can make money. Hope I wasn't unclear. However, that's not to say these writers aren't actually good at writing relationships. In fact, you need look no further than their other work, Star Trek Discovery, to see solid investment in characters. Alright, so you want to have a relationship and for whatever reason, it's going to be a homosexual one. Great. Do something with it. Flesh it out. This is done in a very nuanced way when we look at Discovery. Just analyze Stamets. The scientist is his own person. However, a very important aspect to him is his relationship with the Doctor. It doesn't solely define him, but it is a core part of his being. His love for the other person informs his actions. Throughout the series, we get to see the two together. They grow and fight through adversity. We learn how they fell in love and see Stamets when he has to endure loss. The scientist has something worth fighting for, and because that is shown over an entire series, I have reason to care about what he cares about, and I feel for him when he loses someone. I will say, quick note, if you're new to the channel or only here due to the subject matter, please don't subscribe thinking I'm a fan of Discovery. I'm definitively not. I just like giving things their due. I'm big on having nuanced opinions and don't follow tribes, so don't stick around if you think I'm about to be praising Shaban or Discovery, like at all. But putting that aside and getting back to it, Star Trek Discovery gives us something we don't get with Star Trek Picard. In Picard, all we get is a scene that is, 5 seconds, and we have them tell us in the back end that it took time to cultivate that relationship while Picard was becoming some form of Terminator. That's fantastic. It's beyond frustrating to me too, because people on my social media who are either activists or a part of the LGBT community themselves just lap this up, and it's straight up corporate manipulation. At best, it's a badly placed teaser for the next season that is insulting. At worst, it's a gambit where they can place a scene with homosexuality and get kudo points for it with minimal anger from the cis community because they didn't show it for all that long. And just to address this as well, I don't necessarily care that 7 is being presented as bisexual here. Like everything else, the writers don't care to explain away issues with previous series and they just throw it in. So Chakotay, just to hell with him, and the Borg husband, I guess. It is quite possible that Annika, once returning to the Alpha Quadrant, found that she also enjoyed the company of women. Hell, maybe she did on Voyager as well, we don't know. But I don't feel like it was ever made a core part of her personality. Finding love or experiencing it was, but the person she was with just happened to be the norm. Again, maybe she didn't know who she was for a long time. Remember, she went through puberty with the Borg Collective. But all of these are my thoughts. What are yours? Keep it civil. I'm happy to ghost block you if you get too feisty, regardless of how long you've been on my channel. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next Lore Reloaded.